Hey friends, welcome back to my channel. So I wanted to kind of bring you guys along for what I'm getting ready to do. So today first off, it is super cold outside, y'all. It's like bitter cold. Actually, it's like 40 something degrees, but we are waiting for winter weather, and typically this is about the time that we get that big winter weather, the ice and the snow. And so it's supposed to come in tonight, and so we are preparing for that. And I thought, what better way before I do dinner than to do some seed starting chat and yeah, just kind of let you guys know where I am. So if you are new here, my name is Adrienne, and I'm so excited to have you here. If you are not new here, hey y'all. All right, so today what I really need to do is take some time and go through seeds that I have, seeds that I know I need to get rid of. So it is time for me to basically go through those seeds, get rid of the seeds that I know are super old, stop hoarding seeds, and then look at what I have so that I'll know what I need to go ahead and order. So it is the third week in February for me, and one of the reasons that I've waited this long is because I find myself getting super excited and then I start seeds too soon, or I start buying plants too soon. And so I wanted to just give myself some time to get through the first couple of weeks of the year, and to really think about what it is that I'm wanting to grow. So what I have here today, I do have my Johnny Seeds catalogs. Now, you'll see, well, you probably can't see, but these are 2024 catalogs. I, for some reason, have completely misplaced my 2025 catalogs, my Johnny's catalogs, and my Baker Creek catalogs. So I don't know where they're at. No big deal. A lot of what's in the new catalogs, I think, are probably gonna be in this catalog, and then I'm gonna order online anyway. So I'll just kind of look at what I want here, write them down on paper, or as I'm looking, I'll have my computer and just kind of going through the website to check on some of the things that I know that I want to grow. All right, so let me just say this. One of the whole reasons that I wanted to start this YouTube channel way back when is I really wanted to be able to journal what I'm growing, kind of how it started, how we ended up. Things kind of fell off, and not just from viewers, but I also wanted to do this for myself so that I'll kind of know, okay, this worked, this didn't work. I don't, and I mentioned this in the last video, I write things in my little gardening journal. However, by the end of the season, y'all, things are lost. Things have not been written. And so my videos will actually help me to keep up with those things. But what I'm hoping above all is that this helps beginner gardeners that were just like me, that decided I want to take control of what my family is eating. I want to take control of, our sustainability, and just really eat better, but also be able to supply things for my family that we could, consume throughout the year. I will be honest and say that during my growing, the seasons that I've grown, I have done better each year. However, I still haven't found that sweet spot as to, okay, I have enough for us to eat on for a whole year. Funny thing is that we grew enough tomatoes last year for us to basically have what we needed. However, this year, I want, as far as preserving, I still have tons of tomatoes in my freezer. I have a bunch of slicing tomatoes. I have a bunch of cherry tomatoes. However, I have not found the perfect paste tomato for me. So last year I grew Roma tomatoes, as far as paste tomatoes, and I grew Rutgers. Now the Rutgers or Rutgers tomatoes, I didn't realize that they were paste until I planted them, started pruning them, had them up on a trellis. But I will say this, they yielded great tomatoes. They are more round than the typical paste tomato that I've seen. So I will grow those again this year. I will most likely buy those as starts if I can find them at the local nursery that we use. However, I know that I said in the last video that I didn't know if I was going to start any plants. Just the sheer thought of starting plants in life is giving me all the feels right now. There are some things that I would like to start that I know I probably can't get from my local nursery. But if I don't go ahead and start those things, I'm going to kind of miss that window to get them out early enough to where the weather doesn't change and then we're, having a hard time with pests and all the things. So even with that, if it makes more sense for me to start those things for the fall, then I will just do that, or I'll wait, because I don't want to run the risk of planting these things and then we can't get a harvest. So as I'm looking through these seed starting journals, I also have some of the seeds that I would typically put in the ground first. What I like to do, and let me just show you guys how I typically keep my seeds. So I have 3 of these. I actually have 4, but I just have 3 that I use right now. Those need to be cleaned out. The other thing that I have is my handy dandy computer, because again, as I'm going through these catalogs, I am actually going to be looking at the website and kind of looking into it, seeing, okay, let me put this in my cart if I choose to. So that's kind of how my thought pattern is. So one of the things that I know that we love is radishes. So I like French breakfast radishes. However, these tend to split and get a little spicy for me a lot quicker than your regular round radishes, like your cherry bell, I think is one that we typically do. However, this year I am really thinking, my seed packet open, sorry. Oh, this is one of the ones that we would do, like the champion radish. I really love this seed company, but y'all, I can't remember where I got these seeds. They're like 99 cents a pack. I want to say maybe I got them from like Sprouts or Trader Joe's or something like that. I'm not sure. Maybe I can find them. But when I'm thinking about long-term, how we can store these things, what would be better for us to plant as far as storage, pickling radishes. I'm really the only one in my family that likes to pickle radishes. I am thinking more of a daikon radish. I'm wondering if that may be better for me as opposed to the smaller radishes. So I know that they have those. Yes, so and I see a lot of homesteaders that grow this. They grow really big. So I'm really thinking that I may try out the daikon radishes this year. However, the way that I typically do things, if I'm gonna try something new, I don't mind trying new things. I will grow those, but then I'll still grow what I know will work for me. So I know that I can get just my regular radishes, and so I will for sure plant plenty of those, and then we're going to experiment with daikon radishes. So then what I'm going to do in my little notebook, okay, and I'm going to show you guys this. So I've already got some things down, right? So I already have radishes here, as you can see this. Yep, right here. So what I'm going to do, and maybe I can move my camera back just a little bit, sorry, for you guys to see me better. I don't know. Y'all can't see the table, and that's okay. That's okay. What I am going to do is I'm going to write down the type of radishes that I want to grow. So I haven't really went through the manual. I haven't really looked at any other seed companies, but I know that that's one that I will most likely get from Johnny's, because I'm not really sure who else sells these. But I also don't want to order from a ton of different seed companies this year. I am really looking to kind of eliminate all of the ordering that I do. I love to order from M.I. Gardner. I love their seed prices. However, if I am going to be buying seeds that I need to basically use as storage, like items that I'm going to be using as storage, like carrots, like radishes, different things like that, then I'm going to need to buy those in bulk. I would much rather pay $6 or $7 for a pack of 1,000 seeds or 100 seeds as opposed to 15 seeds for $2. Now, there are some seeds from like M.I. Gardner that I've gotten, or seed packets that have quite a few seeds in them. So that's the research that I'm going to be doing. I'm going to be researching the best bang for my buck. However, I'm not going to just buy like one packet of seeds from, let's say, M.I. Gardner or Baker Creek or whatever, if I'm going to buy it all and I can find it all at one place. I have purchased some seeds from Johnny's in the past, and I've been very pleased with the seeds that I've gotten from them. I've had no issues. So, I don't know. I'm just going to write everything down. I'm going to see where we are, and then we'll go from there. So, I told you guys in our last video that I love to go to my local co-op to get some of the seeds that I can get there. However, they don't have everything that I'm going to need, and that's okay. So that's when I'm going to start really focusing on, okay, what seed companies am I going to use this year? And we'll go from there. So, of course, we've talked about radishes. This is something that we plan to grow for spring. I am planning to grow spinach. Now, I never have a good harvest of spinach. This is red Malabar spinach. I've never tasted this. I've never grown it. But I do plan to purchase some spinach seeds because my husband loves spinach. So I have that already on my list. So we'll do that. Now, something that I've also not ever planted is rutabagas. I purchased these last year. So this is a brand new packet. I really want to try these out. I've heard a lot of things about them. And even like with this package, well, this is a package of 200. So again, I may be getting everything I need from M.I. Gardner. I love M.I. Gardner. I've always had great success with their seeds. However, things like the carrots that I'm wanting to grow, I am going to want to grow at least 1,000 carrots. So I really need to look at what's cost effective, and also the variety of carrots that I want to grow. I'm not sure. I don't know. I'll have to look on the website if M.I. Gardner has that. One of the other things that I grow a lot of is sugar snap peas. Is that what you call them? A snow pea. I think it's a snow pea. Yeah. Anyway, love snow peas. So this is one of my favorite, and it's the Oregon Sugar Pod 2. I do think that I purchased these from M.I. Gardner, and they've been great. I picked these up last year because I was trying to go ahead and get them in the ground, and M.I. Gardner was a little behind on getting seeds out, so I wanted to go ahead and get these, and so I saw them in, I think, Target or Walmart, and I picked those up. This is one that I'm not sure, or maybe I have grown the sugar snap pea. I don't typically grow shelling peas, so I have to be careful when I'm buying these because I used to just buy them from the picture, and we like snap peas, sugar snap peas, or the ones that have the edible pods. We love those in stir fries. So I know that this year I'm going to grow a lot more of those than I did because we actually froze some last year, and we were totally fine with throwing those in a stir fry. We have actually frozen kale, spinach, those type of things. If we're throwing them in a stir fry, I don't think it's a problem to freeze them. But if you're wanting them for fresh eating, that may be different. However, this year we're going to be trying to grow a lot more kale because we really want to be able to can some kale. We want to be able to freeze some kale. We want to make kale chips. So I just want to have those things in, you know, the freezer or on the pantry shelf for quick eating. And so we'll definitely do that. So another thing that I've got to get my hands on get my hands on more seeds is my turnips. Last year we did not do well with turnips because I didn't grow enough. I love homegrown turnips. I don't even have to let them get this big. I love them. I love to throw them on, you know, just in a pan with a little bit of butter. I love to put them in our greens. They are just a staple. We did have some last year, but it's not like we had a lot and they were just really, really small. So, definitely going to get my hands on more of these seeds. And I typically just do the purple top turnips. Those have always really worked well for me. So I'm not going to change that. I'm not going to adventure into any other kind, I don't think. So unless I have some seeds that are already in here that I can still throw in the ground. So this is the American purple top rutabaga. So we're going to try these as well. And these are more turnips. These are turnips that I've purchased from my local Dollar Tree. I've actually used these seeds. A lot of the seeds that I've purchased from Dollar Tree, like in these packages, I've never had an issue with. So we will be growing quite a few. I'm telling y'all, I love turnips. I could sit and eat turnips all the time. So that's just a few of the spring crops that we're going to be planting. I'm planning to plant some onions I'm sure I still have time. Lettuce, I've got to buy some lettuce seeds. Kale, I do have some kale, but I want some different kinds. So I'm going to look through my stash, see if I have enough kale seeds. I'm also going to be doing bok choy. I love bok choy. So we're going to do those. Then I have down just greens, which are like our mustard greens, collard greens, all the things. Turnips, radishes, rutabagas, spinach, peas. I am sure that I'm missing something on this list. I'm missing cabbage, broccoli. And the thing about cabbage and broccoli is that if they don't grow to big heads, that is totally okay. We like to use those leaves as greens, and we can those up just like we would any type of, you know, collard greens or anything, because they resemble collard greens to me and I love them. So, I don't know what's going on, y'all. The weather's like doing something weird, so my allergies are doing something weird too. One of the things that I've thought about planting is Swiss chard. My husband really likes Swiss chard. It's a little earthy to me, so I don't know that I'll do Swiss chard again. One of the things that I don't think, and we'll talk more about this on a summer video, you know, like pumpkins, squash, those things, I'm not sure. Another thing that I do think that we will do again is potatoes. However, I typically pick up my potatoes from my local farm supply store or my local nursery. So with potatoes, we did pretty good with potatoes. However, we did better with red potatoes. So we actually really love red potatoes. So I think this year I'm just going to plant out red potatoes. I don't think we're going to do any of the other varieties because they were really small and I just don't know that it's worth it for me to do that. When we talk about snap peas, one of the ones that I was thinking about was Sugar Ann. That's one. We really like that one. And see, with this, I can get like 5 pounds. A packet is $5.75. A pound is $11.95. 5 pounds is like $7.69 a pound, 25 pounds. So it just depends. And I'm going to go and look. Actually, I'm going to pull that up now because I think it's really important to, you know, I've been gardening long enough to kind of think about now, okay, I really need to focus on what's going to be best for us to grow. I'm typically not the one to grow a whole bunch of different things. Like, I don't mind doing like fun things, putting extra things in the garden, but it's really important for me to focus on those staples, because those staples are what we need to, you know, to grow our pantry for our family. So I'm looking at the Sugar Snap peas. Let's see. Okay, so half a pound is $8.15. 1 pound is $12.35. See, again, what's in here and what I'm noticing is the price difference, because, you know, prices have gone up. But a packet for $5.95 is 250 seeds. Now, if I were to go to, let's see, let me go to Sugar Ann on My Gardener's website. Let's see how many I would get here. So I would get 40 seeds for $2. So when you're looking at, as a beginner gardener, I will say, when you're looking at, okay, I can get a pack of seeds for $2. What I'm looking for is enough seeds. I know that we like a lot of sugar peas or snap peas. So I'm looking to basically grow as many as I can. But I'm not just looking to grow those in the spring, but I'm also looking to grow those in the fall. So I don't want to get to fall and then I have to buy more seeds, right? So when I'm looking at prices, I've got to shop a little bit smarter now. And so as much as, you know, $2 sounds great, your family may only need 40 seeds for what it is that you're trying to do. I just know that we're looking for a little bit more. So I think that you have to just base that on your family's needs and what's important to you. I want to really focus on how much I would need to feed a family of 4, to have fresh eating, to have something that we can, you know, preserve, and then, you know, have some extras, because I'm telling you, we love to snack on sugar peas in the garden, and it's just something that, yeah, it's inevitable. We're going to do it. Yes. For me, I am just really taking the time to focus on what it is that we need as a family, not just for, you know, I've always kind of grown based on, okay, I know I want to grow tomatoes. I know I want to grow cucumbers. I know I want to grow peas. I know I want to grow these things, but I didn't really focus on how much it would need to feed a family of 4. So that's not me knocking any, you know, seed company. Yes, I could purchase multiple packs of the seeds. However, you know, if it's 44 per pack, so it would take me basically purchasing 6, 7 packs to get. So that's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, you know, 14. I've already spent more money. So I would just say, as a beginner gardener, make sure that you're making the right choice when it comes to seed buying, you know, and what you're planning to plant. It may sound great to go into, you know, your local Home Depot or your local Lowe's and pick up a bag of Burpees peas for $1.69. Well, what is that? Are you going to need more than that? Because once you start buying 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and 7, 8, think about how much you're calculating. Like, calculate those costs. Think about those costs. I would say that also when it comes to starting your seeds. You know, when it comes to tomatoes, I choose for my regular everyday tomatoes to purchase those from a local nursery. Now, if there are tomatoes that I know that I cannot purchase from a local nursery, then I'm going to sit here today and I'm going to figure out, okay, which one of these would it make sense for me to start at home? I've just not had a great I've just not had a great experience with starting any of my plants. I do okay with them, but the hardening off process I struggle with. So I just don't know if I'm in a headspace to where I want to do that. And that's okay. Like, make that choice and make that choice for you. Decide what works best for you. And don't worry about what, you hear YouTubers say or you hear other people say. Like, remember when people used to be like, if you're not starting your own seeds, then that means you're not a gardener. Absolutely not. That is far from the truth. Because for me, if I'm going to put those seeds in the ground and I'm going to take the time to learn and to grow and do all the things, I'm taking care of those plants. And if that means that for my sanity or to grow something, I have to go and purchase that plant, you better believe I'm going to do it. Because not everyone wants to start seeds. Not everyone really knows how to start seeds. You may be a gardener that says, I want to get started this year, but thinking about starting seeds from scratch overwhelms me. Thinking about having to do all the things with seeds, there's a bird outside my window, overwhelms me. And so instead of allowing that to overwhelm you, just do what you can do. Do what feels right for you. And if what feels right for you is purchasing a couple of plants and starting out with just like a 4x4 box works for you, do what you can do. If starting out just in the ground, if you have good soil and you can do that, do what works for you. Our soil, when we first started at this house, was just not really good. It was brand new soil. And so we didn't do well in ground, and we knew that we can bring in soil, and it worked best for us to just bring some in. Now we're needing to kind of top our beds off, and we'll do that. I don't know if I'm going to buy bagged soil. I don't know what I'm going to do. I really hate to even think about that, because sometimes when you're, especially with the way things are, quality may or may not be there. So I'm thinking about purchasing some compost and maybe having that delivered to kind of top off my beds, but I'm just not really sure at this point, y'all. So there's a lot of things that you have to decide that are best for you, and you can't let other people tell you that that's right or that's wrong. So anyway, I kind of wanted to just tell you guys a little bit about how I process things. I used to not even focus on these type of catalogs, but I think it's really cool to go through these catalogs and to look at things that they have. Because one thing I will say is when you go to the website, 9 times out of 10, they're going to be categorized by what it is. Well, you may not even think to go to the onions, or you may not even think to go to the chives or the herbs. So make sure that you're just kind of looking through these catalogs and just seeing what it is you want. Even if it means just going through and highlighting a few things, turning the page back, and then going to the website, just do that, right? So anyway, if I had any advice right now, I would definitely say, really make a plan. Make a plan. Write down in your garden journal, your notebook, whatever you're using, write down what it is that your family will actually eat. Grow the things that your family will actually eat. Because if you grow things that you know you're not going to eat, you're not going to eat them. That's just point blank. And you've wasted that time and focus on that particular plant when you could have used that time and that focus, cultivating something else that you're actually going to eat. But then I also say, try a few different things. If you want to buy, a seed packet for a particular carrot or a seed packet for a particular cucumber, do that. Grow a few of those, because you never know what's going to become your favorite. What matters is you growing the things that are going to sustain your family, that you're going to be able to put, food on the table, and be excited about it. grow things that you're excited about. So if you know that you want a whole bed full of flowers because those flowers are going to make you want to go outside to, put your hands in the soil, and because let's be honest, once you get to those hot months, it's going to be hard to go out there and tend to that garden, y'all. It is very hard to be like, I'm going to go out here and do it. For me, we do not have irrigation system, so we have to water by hand. And there's a lot of times when I'm like, also, now is the time to start focusing on the things you need for your garden. So if you know you need new shovels, if you know you need a new rake, which we need all of those things, if you know you need a new water hose, a new nozzle, start focusing on those things. But what I will also say is make sure that at the end of the garden season, you are looking at those things because prices drop after the garden season. So you'll already have it ready for the next garden season, right? But yeah, tell me where you are. Tell me what zone you're in. Tell me what you would love for me to talk a little bit about when it comes to seed starting, preparation, planning your garden. I do plan to go over some square foot gardening information again because I had quite a few people ask some questions about that. So anyway, guys, I hope that you're having an amazing day. I am so thankful for you being here and just chatting with me. And yeah, I'm looking forward to just taking you guys along for this ride and really helping those who really need the help and shedding some light into things that may or may not help you. So anyway, thanks so much for being here today, friends. I hope you have an amazing day, and until next time, bye y'all.